What's good, my friends? Welcome back to another production video. My name is XD. If you're new here, welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to create Afro house chords in a very simple way. You don't need to know any music theory to be able to do this. It's going to be the most simple process ever that anybody can follow, and you can do this in any DAW using any software of your choice. And in this video here, I have prepared some drums that I created using my own drum kits. If you want to support the channel, you can check them out, that are down below. And I also have some templates for Logic Pro that you can also check out. So here's how the drums are sounding like. Really dope. I love how these drums sound like. So I've got my drums laid out. So for me to start creating chords and things like that, I like to have my drums laid out so that I can know the vibe and the groove of everything, so that I know how I want my chords to play. So for these chords, I'm not going to be using any special like synthesizer instrument. I'm just going to be using straight up a piano sound. So that's the first step. You need to find you a really nice quality piano. Not every piano is a quality piano. You have to find a really good one. So it can be a Steinway piano or a grand piano, or any kind of piano like that. You just have to figure out which one you can get, a third party, or if you have a nice stock piano in your software that you're using. I'm using Logic Pro and it has amazing stock sounds, so I'm gonna pick one from there. So it's got this studio piano here. So if I open this menu, you can see that it's got a studio bass, studio horns, studio piano, and studio strings. These are super high quality. I love them. So I'm gonna come here to the stereo one and I'm gonna choose that. And if I open it, you can see how it looks like. It looks like this. It's a really simple plugin, but the sound of this piano is beautiful. I really love it. So I'm just gonna put it up here and I'm gonna title it piano, just to label it nicely. And then I'm gonna create a MIDI region right here, and I'm gonna do 4 bars like this, and I'm just gonna select this cycle right here, because that's where we're gonna start building our chord progression. After we build our chord progression, then we can see how long we want the progression to last, but we'll get there. Okay, so now the first thing I want to do here is I'm going to pick a root note, because I'm going to start with my root notes and then start building my chords from there. So as long as you have your root note rhythm going, then you can start building your chords from there and going up, and increasing your chords and seeing where you can take it from there. So where you want to start is up to you. So I just need to find a nice rhythm. So I'm going to choose a root note, and I usually like to start with lower notes. I'm going to start with this one. So I'm just going to make like 1 bar like this. I'm going to go a bit lower with this one. Let me go a little bit higher. And then I'm going to go back up, and then we resolve back to the first note right here, which is the G. So we're going to start from a G, and then we're going to go to a D, and then to an F, and then back to G. So this is going to be our rhythm. So that's a really nice rhythm, and then we're just going to keep that. So now this next step is going to be important, because we're now going to be layering and building our chords from here. Now we've got our nice rhythm. So this is a simple rhythm. I didn't want to complicate the rhythm here. I just wanted to keep it simple so that it just hits on every downbeat. So I'm just going to select all these notes, and then I'm going to duplicate, and then I'm just going to go an octave higher, like up here. So you can see I'm on this F, on this G right here, up to a higher G. So I'm coming from G1 to G2. So that sounds great. Let me just solo the piano so we hear the piano on its own. That sounds great. So I'm gonna select the top notes again, and then I'm just gonna duplicate again. I'm gonna go higher. And I'm gonna duplicate again. So now you need to use your ears right now to listen to how the chords are playing, so that they are not out of tune. Because if you misplace any of these notes, the chord is gonna sound horrible. Like, you hear that. It doesn't sound right, so I know I need to go higher. That sounds much better. And I'm gonna go again. That doesn't sound right, so if I go down, that sounds good. That doesn't sound good at all, so I need to go higher. That doesn't sound good. Let me go up again. Not at all, so I'm gonna go back up again. So now I can bring back the drums. So that sounds great. So now that we have these chords, now we can start to change how these chords sound. So if I want to change the rhythm of these chords, I can just make this bigger like this. So I want these second chords to come a little bit early. So I'm just going to select these and drag them back like that, and then just bring these ones forward like that. So now take a listen to the rhythm now. And then I just bring the rest of these chords back here again, like that. So now listen to the new rhythm now. It's just up to you what kind of rhythm you want. So I'm just going to undo all of that so that we can reset back. And then another thing you can do is what I highly suggest is you create an 8-bar loop of these chords. So I'm just going to extend from the 4 bars that it was to 8 bars. And then I'm just going to extend my loop like this. And then I'm going to make my notes hold for longer, right? So meaning that I just have to push these back to hold for like 2 bars. So I'm going to extend these like that. And then do the same here. Extend these and then go up here. So I'm just extending all of them like this. There we go. Now we're done. So now when it plays in the track, it sounds like this. Yo, this is making the track really sit nicely, and it's like spreading out the vibe, and it's spreading it out over a longer time, meaning that everything you're going to add in between, like chords and things like that, is really going to sit nicely into the track. Like, let me show you something that I can do real quick. I can just duplicate this and copy the same pattern here, and then I'm going to change the sound. That sounds really dope. And now I can even add a bass, and I can always pick the bass from the chord progression itself. I can even add some sidechain to this. So I'm going to come here to multi-fix and add step effects, and come here to a sidechain preset. I'm just going to do a medium. So now with the track, now this is how everything is sounding now. So that's the track. That's how everything is sounding. I hope you found this super useful. If this was like super useful to you, make sure to drop this video a like, and also subscribe. If you have questions, drop them down below in the comments. I would love to know what you think. Do you struggle with chords, or are you now a master of chords? Because for me, I feel like with all these techniques, you need to have multiple ways you can approach depending on your situation. Like I said in the beginning, if you don't have a MIDI keyboard with you, you can at least, you know, find a way to just create without, you know, having to play a MIDI keyboard. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. I'm X, and I'm out. Peace.